John Felix Anthony Cena, the unforgettable heel turn that will be talked about for decades to come. This is your new invasion for this current era. The invasion back in the Attitude Era, back in 2001, is one of the biggest, in my opinion, is the biggest missed opportunity in the history of wrestling. Vince McMahon, if he didn't have his head up his ass, and if he didn't have to deal with XFL and that failure of a venture, that he maybe could have bought out the WCW contracts, or he could have just waited. He could have literally just waited 6 months. If all he did was just wait 6 months, Ric Flair comes in, NDO come in, you would have been fine. And you would have had the greatest story of all time with the invasion of WCW, potentially ECW, and WWE. And so I think the Cena final year is one of the biggest missed opportunities in the history of wrestling. We'll never get anything like this again. And I contribute a lot of that to John Cena. I know we want to blame The Rock, Triple H, TKO, management, the Santa Claus, McDonald, Ronald McDonald. You can blame whoever you want to blame. At the end of the day, it all falls on Cena. Cena can say yay or nay. And for anybody to retort, well, Cena just going to be a yes man and do whatever he's told, that's his fault. You shouldn't have said yes to the heel turn. You shouldn't have said yes to doing certain matches. You shouldn't have said yes to doing all this dumb shit with Logan Paul. You shouldn't have said yes to doing a babyface turn that had no real story. You shouldn't have said yes to doing a match with Brock Lesnar. You said yes. Nobody can make you say yes but you. You are in a position of power. If you say nay, what are you going to do? The whole year was booked around you. There was literally nothing you could have did if you said no. So you should have just said fucking no. No, I'm not doing a heel turn. No, I'm not working with Logan Paul. No, I'm not working with Brock Lesnar. No, I'm not going to do a babyface turn without an actual story. No. You could have did that. Back in the day, you had no problem saying no when you didn't want to. You didn't want to lose to freaking the Nexus. You had no problem saying no when you didn't want to lose to certain motherfuckers. You had no problem saying no when you didn't want to do the heel turn back in 2011, 2012. You had no problem then saying no. So, what's the problem now? So, I don't want to hear about Triple H creative management. I did a video 2 years ago saying John Cena will never be the GOAT. And I already recorded part 2 of that following the failure of the heel turn that maybe will come out, maybe will not come out, because at the end of the day, I want to give room for John Cena fans and wrestling fans to appreciate John Cena. And you're like, you know what? Fine. I don't want to be the guy to be like, hey, but, like, I'm not going to do that. But now, it's been a couple weeks since he's retired. I feel, at least I can say, if you want to blame anybody for the failure of John Cena's final year, there's one motherfucker to blame. And that's John Cena himself. It's John Cena himself. Do not tell me he's a yes man. Because you know what? That's the same reason why we hated him then. Because he kept being a yes man and doing whatever Vince McMahon wanted him to do and bury all our favorites. But then when I act like, well, you know, John Cena's the one that spoke up for Daniel Bryan and wanted to face him at SummerSlam. Cena was one that spoke. Don't tell me that he's speaking up on certain things that can't speak up on other things. When he is in a position of power that nobody else has had in the history of wrestling outside of like Hulk Hogan. Don't tell me about that. Cena is because Cena just not that good. He didn't know how to be a heel because he's just not that good. He didn't know how to wrestle as a heel because he's just not that good. He didn't know how to turn back babyface and do the proper story because he's not that good. He doesn't understand psychology. That's the reason why we nigga hated him so long, because he didn't know how to tell a story in the ring. He didn't know how to tell a story as the babyface. That's why he got booed all those years. He didn't understand psychology. He didn't understand you can't get beat up 20 minutes of the match, then come back 5 minutes and win. No, this is not the 80s. It's not Hulk Hogan. You got to actually have a back and forth. You gotta have proper selling. You gotta be able to sell and not just shake your head around. You can't lay dead after getting hit with a move. You gotta actually move. Like, he doesn't understand it. Like, I know people love John Cena. The group of John Cena, good for you. I grew up on the motherfucker too. And I can tell you, again, if you want to blame anybody for the final year going bad, blame John. I'm tired of hearing about, oh, poor John, poor John, poor John. Because John was the one that could have said yay or nay. He's in a position of power like no one else. Because if he says, no, I'm not going to do it, what's going to Triple H and TKO going to do? You can be like, well, you're going to better do this. Oh, really? Really? You need me. I don't need you. You take away John Cena's final year, what the fuck are we talking about in WWE in 2025? Outside of a bunch of botched storylines. Big moments, botched storylines. So yeah, I don't want to hear that. Want to blame anybody for John Cena's heel turn? Blame John Cena. That's my hot take. And if niggas get too froggy, I will drop the John Cena not being the GOAT part 2. I don't really want to do that because I don't feel like editing, if you want to be honest. I take pride in at least trying to do a little something. But niggas get too, you don't know what you're talking about. John Cena the GOAT. I will gladly drop my part 2 of the video I did 2 years ago. Please don't tempt me. But with that being said, that's the hottest takes of wrestling in 2025. Give me yours. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. Welcome to the high.